It may not look like much yet, but I'm slowly working on making a keychain for my mom for her birthday tomorrow, which is way too late because I live in another province from her. So if you're seeing this, Mom, sorry. I procrastinated too long. I have chosen a nice mustard and cream and a multicolored yarn that I've spun by hand to make this keychain because she said she wanted bright colors so she would stop losing her keys. So if this is not to your taste, I apologize. The multicolored yarn is what I call my chaos yarn. Chaos yarn is what I spin from all the scraps of other hanks of yarn that I've made before, excluding pet fiber, of course. Chaos yarn is only made from wool. It would seem odd to make yarn for others out of pet fiber when it isn't their pet. It's a very personal item. So I'm doing kind of a classic chevron pattern with arrows pointing upward. It looks kind of scrunched together now because I'll need to wash it and iron it out for it to look the way it's going to look. I have a bad habit of not measuring before I start making it, so we'll see how long this keychain can be. I'd like to get it long enough to make a loop that can fit around the wrist. There's something about the repetitive knots. It's very relaxing. Despite making all this yarn, I find myself with an alarming lack of interest in crochet or knitting. So this gives me a way to demonstrate the yarn without having to do those things. I also might learn how to rug hook or embroider. I think that could be fun. I have this vision of a really colorful and textured rug. Nice and shaggy, feels good on bare feet. So maybe I could find someone to teach me how to do that. Before making yarn, I was never really crafty. So it's been very interesting to meet people who have been making things for years. It's a very passionate and robust community. It's been really moving to see how interested and encouraging artisans can be. They just want more people learning to make things. It was kind of rare to find a sphere so lacking in judgment. They just want people to learn and to try. They're coming along. So when I go to wash it, I'll stretch it out, make sure that all the knots are even and lining up as they should. I'll condition it so it's not as fuzzy. And then I'll attach a key ring and maybe a little charm if I find the right one. You may not be able to hear the dogs playing on the back deck. It's attached to my room and they've been wanting to go outside today because it's been a snowy week, believe it or not. And spring is coming very late to Nova Scotia. Or at least to the part of Nova Scotia that I'm in. It's turning out very wide. When I first learned to spin, the goal was to make as thin of a piece of yarn as you could. And now that I can do thin pieces, I find it very difficult to spin thick yarn. So this is the attempt at going back to thicker yarn. But I find it's very difficult to be consistent with thick yarn, which is something I struggle with. I always want things to be consistent. However, that's not what hand spun yarn is. The variation is what makes it handmade. Factories can make consistent yarn. The dogs are always on guard because there is no less than 8 deer in our backyard, just on the other side of the fence. Absolutely incenses the dogs because they barely look up when they bark. The deer are mostly indifferent to dogs, people, vehicles. They're certainly town deer. Now that I've had some practice doing it comes together pretty quickly. It makes me think of the accumulation of efforts. All those little failures and things that I learned. They add up into something new. Oh. I'm a little nervous it won't go as far as I need it because I made it so thick. I have no more chaos yarn. This is the last of it. Though I am starting to collect a fair few scraps, so maybe it's time to card it all together and make a new batch. It's interesting when all of the strands of yarn are different widths, because you have to consider how tight to tie the knot to make it match, more or less. At least even enough so that the pattern can be seen. just loosening it a bit. I tie very tight knots, so it tends to bow inward. Just goes to show, no matter how relaxed I am, I'm always a little tightly wound. There we go. It's coming along now. It looks like it tastes good, though I'm guessing it wouldn't. With the muted colors of the chaos yarn, it's like some kind of old-fashioned candy made with natural colors. It's just a little bit muted, just a little bit. Less vivid. Softer to look at too, though. I have quite a few things to wash this time. I've got a bunch of keychains and a few bracelets and things, so I'll have a sink full. I'm going to do hot water and then stretch it all out to where I want it to be. And then a cold water to set it. And then a tepid water soak with a lanolin cleanser, which conditions it a little bit and makes it less fuzzy. And then I hang dry it. And then once it's dry, I iron it with a little bit of cornstarch. Give it a little more structure. And we'll call it for now, and I'll finish that probably tonight. And then take a picture so you can see. I think it's shaping up pretty nicely. We'll see how it turns out. There's still lots of time for mistakes, so we'll see. All right, see you later.